segment sponsored by our great sponsors over at MyBookie.ag. Sign up at MyBookie.ag and use our promo code BENCH today, and you'll automatically double your first deposit, whether it's regular money, cryptocurrency. They offer great boosts, great odds boosts, and they offer a whole bunch of different ways to win money. And obviously the doubling your first deposit is huge. But what do you got first betting line for MyBookie this week?
Look, first of all, terrible week for me outside betting football wise. I missed on so many. The only one I hit was luckily Monday night where I hit the under of 35 and a half. But man, I was shitting bricks. The Bills almost would have fucked that there. But man, my first betting line I got this week. I got a few NFL. But I got a college football one. Actually, not college football. There's a Formula One one. I'll start with my Formula One. One of the best Formula One cup races we've ever seen. I didn't watch it because it's on Sunday. It's football.
It was in the middle of football
season, so it's not like I was paying a lot of attention to it. But it's come down to one final race. Even points between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen to win.
Is Verstappen German or is he Austrian?
He's either Austrian. He's one of the Austrian. You know the last.
I know they're same.
It's basically the same. Last name fills both the genres.
Yeah.
But one of those two guys, whoever finishes higher in this race coming up, will win the cup. And I'm going to go Lewis Hamilton minus 210. The guy who's basically the GOAT of this generation. The guy who's won 7 world championships.
He's been bred for this.
And he has come back when Verstappen is the young gun who's looking to become the youngest world champion of all time. I'm going Lewis Hamilton at minus 210. I like those odds a lot.
You know, it is Formula One, and you do have to wonder how many people are actually watching, but I'll put this, I took this from Pardon My Take earlier, it's going to make for a great finale to Drive to Survive. I love watching this leading up to next Formula One season, and then once football season happens, I'm going to totally forget about everything that happened.
And then after it comes out, I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, Drive to Survive. If you are a lower level sports league and you don't have a reality television show on some streaming platform, what are you doing?
Yeah,
even if it's just your YouTube channel, you can just put it out on your PLL should have something like that.
They do kind of, but
and that's good. It's a way. You should put as much content as possible so people watch what you're doing.
Exactly. It gets the outside viewer in. Because I'll tell you one thing, a lot more people care about Formula One now because of the movie Rush, which is still one of my favorite movies of all time. Niki Lauda with the guy with Chris Hemsworth, who I forgot the guy's name. It was it's Mark Hunt, I think, or something Hunt, not Mark Hunt, something Hunt.
Ethan Hunt?
No, I don't know. That's gonna piss me off.
Helen Hunt.
No, it's not Helen Hunt. I don't know. It's something. It's something stupid, and between Niki Lauda, and that's still one of my favorite movies to watch because that story is great. But man, this may be another movie in the making right here. I'll tell you that.
Racing movies have a special place in my heart. They're not Formula One movies, but Talladega Nights, obviously, and then Days of Thunder, Tom Cruise, one of Tom Cruise's hidden gems. If you haven't seen that, it's a great racing movie if you're actually into that kind of thing. So Formula One is big this weekend. I'm going with a college football one this weekend because I mentioned the Army-Navy game. I'm looking here. Navy is a 7.5 point underdog. And I think this is going to be a tight. Army's good.
It's always going to be a good game.
Yes.
Let's put it that way. It's never going to be a 50 to fucking 12 game.
No, because look.
Because
over under 34.
Oh shit! It could hammer the over by double,
yes.
Or it could be it's going to be either like a 10 to 12 football game or like a 50 to 48 game.
Here's what I'll do. Here's my armed services parlay. I did a special impromptu parlay last week. Here's my armed services parlay. It's all in this game. Navy plus 7.5, and I want over 34. So minus 115 on the plus 7.5 and minus 110 on the over. So it's you are betting on the chalk side of things, but I do think if Navy's going to keep this game under a touchdown, it's going to be a shootout. It's not going to be a 17 to 13 game. That if that's what happens, it's going to be a 24 to 21 type game, and that's going to hit over 34 points. You're hoping one team doesn't get into double digits. That's what you're hoping.
You just gotta hope that some team starts passing or just huge runs.
Oh yeah,
huge runs, because it's not like there's a fucking Peyton Manning out there throwing the ball in college. It's run the damn ball and hopefully that you break one or two.
The funny thing is, both these teams run the same offense, but both teams still struggle defending the triple option. So there is
After 50, 60, 70, 100 years, I think.
over 100 years.
The same offense.
It's the same offense, and people still don't
Still
know how
don't know
to stop it. And you run it. That's the crazy thing. Like, when an 80-yard run gets broken in this game, I look at the other team and go, you see this literally all the time. This is all you see when you go ones-on-ones, and you still... Like, defensive end has quarterback, linebacker has pitch, and the corner has whatever else comes out over that. That's all. That's all you have to do.
It's hilarious because when you think about it, there's only 3 teams in college football that still run that offense.
Yes.
3 teams.
Yeah, 3. It used to be 4, but now it is 3 because Georgia Tech is switching since they switched coaches.
It's Navy, Air Force, and Army. And Air Force is always usually more competitive than the other 2.
Well, Air Force has more of the modern offense
Offense,
in
yeah.
with their triple option because they're running triple option out of at least pistol. The Army and Navy is
Still run
literally
the same
wishbone, 3 running backs, a fullback game. This is a big fullback.
Big fullback.
This
game.
is
I love it.
this
You
is
know I love
the
that.
full. This should be National Fullback Days when they play Army Navy.
It's hilarious, and there's got to be a rule somewhere, like in the Declaration of Independence. Thou or Amy and Narvi, thou shalt never run an offense outside of the wing tee.
Possible. Do you have what's your right to slope? Is it UFC?
Yeah,
Okay, I was about to put one.
I was like, I gotta let you see it.
Okay. I'll go NFL then. So yeah, that's my Armed Forces parlay. What do you got for your second line of this week?
My second line of the day, anytime TD score, it's not, the line's not up yet. It will be on Saturday, Javonte Williams. I don't care what it is. Feed this man. Detroit Lions don't have a run defense. Just feed him. I don't. Anytime touchdown score, the odds may be like minus 300. I'll be honest. The dude is. Like, there's no doubt I'm getting a Javonte Williams jersey. I'm just waiting off to see if we bring back the light blue jerseys and helmets next year when they change the helmet rules. So that's all I'm hoping for. But I'm getting a Javonte Williams jersey and feed him. Get him a touchdown no matter what it is and put your money on it. Because like I said, I put on Damian Harris anytime touchdown score. Dude scored in the first quarter, 60-yard run. Easiest cash money ever. Put the TV. Look, I saw someone bet $100 and won $3,200 on solely on picking 4 different anytime TD scores. Solely on that. That is, like, TD scores, that's where the money is made when it comes to betting football. And obviously we record on Mondays, so they don't give the anytime TD scores until Saturday or Friday, so I don't have it in front of me, but I'm betting that no matter what the line is.
Javonte Williams is going to score a lot against Detroit because I think that this Broncos defense is going to get within inside the 5 a lot, and Vic Fangio, Pat Shurmur, when you're inside the 5, give it to
Javonte Williams.
He's
Give it
a
to
fucking Tasmanian devil.
The dude
He is the smallest, most meanest running back I can think of recently. Because I love Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon's a big guy. Javonte Williams is like a little bowling ball, and I would hesitate to tackle that guy.
I think everybody's hesitating. Because he had, I think at one point, it was in the third quarter, second quarter, he had 90 rushing yards. 85 of those were after contact.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild. That is wild. Like that's a stat you can take a second look at. You're like, is that real? Like, are you sure? Like that's a stat you're like, what the hell?
In the NFL?
Like it's ridiculous. He's making dudes miss like left and right. It's I love it. I love it. And as much as this Broncos offense is just stalled because the passing game should be something because the weapons you have, I love seeing a good running game. And Javonte Williams is making me happy on Sunday. That's all I care about. It gives me a little sort of happiness, having Javonte Williams do that.
Well, my second line that I got this week, it'll be interesting, but the Steelers +3 against the Vikings is set at +100 right now. Now, obviously, I don't want to see the Steelers win. But the Vikings have shown that they are going to play every single game within a field goal.
They're going to lose the game by a field goal or game-winning touchdown.
Well, and I think if they beat the Steelers, they're going to win by 2 points. If they lose, it's probably going to be a field goal loss. So +3 for the Steelers, +100. Okay, I'll take it.
I don't hate that at all. Plus 100. The only thing is when you have that +3 and not 3.5 or 2.5.
I'm hoping
It
now.
changes. It will change.
I'm hoping that it
closer.
inflates a little bit. I'm hoping that it doesn't go the opposite way, where it's like -2.5. Because then I don't like the Steelers or +2.5. I don't like the Steelers at +2.5, but I love them at +3.5.
+3.5,
You give me
yeah.
+4.5, I'll put all of my savings in it.
Oh, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy's going to bet all of his savings account on the Steelers. Never thought you'd say that, huh? Do you want to go to the next one? All right, okay, I'm taking over the show. Let's go. As Jimmy walks out of the room, my last line, I'm going with the other two teams that Jimmy hates. The Ravens +2.5 versus the Browns because it's the shit game. It's
the legitimate shit
game.
Yeah, the Browns and Lamar Jackson having to take a dump.
And I'm taking the Ravens.
A comedian wrote that joke.
It's only taken us 69 nice episodes for Jimmy to finally walk out on something that he's bet on.
I didn't even think about that before I said it, and then when it was walk off or vomit.
Or one of the two.
I saved your rug and your nice leather couch, and took a moment to myself there. Yeah, we have a storm out finally. My last one that I have here, looking at it, Broncos are an 8-point favorite against the Lions. I do think what I said, with them easing up, if the Broncos are going to win this game, I think they open up. This is the game where we come back next week, and I'm going to be listening to 104.3 The Fan, and we're going to have the same debate that we've been having after the Dallas game, even after this Chiefs game. Like, has Vic done enough that you're okay with him being the coach next year? This is going to be another one of those games where you're like, look, he has the defense humming. If we bring in a new head coach, we might have to throw that out. Might just be time to fire Shermer and find a new offensive coordinator again.
Oh man, it sucks being a Broncos fan. And I know it sucks to be you, but I saw a perfect meme. It's that ice cream shop that teases the customer with the ice cream cone. You know that gives him the ice cream and doesn't give him the ice cream. It's the Broncos and their fan base saying that they're a good team. It's like, we're a good team. No, we're not. We're a good team. No, we're not. We're a good team. No, we're not. It's the biggest like come on, just give me one or the other. That's all I want. Give me a good team or give me a shit team where I can look forward to watching college football and my team at least get a good quarterback.
This is going to be the game that keeps the Broncos in purgatory, but -8 at -110 against the Lions, I think that's...
It's very reasonable.
And honestly, it's probably not a good pick because we were saying last week that the Broncos might get upset by the Lions. Because we had to wonder if the Broncos should be favored against the Lions at one point of the season. But yeah,
I mean,
as we sit now, I'm comfortable with this pick.
Look at the last time I said a team comes in Denver with a bad record and that the Broncos should be heavily favored. The Philadelphia Eagles. And we got 20 pieces at home.
Well,
if we get 20 pieces at home
against Lions,
there will be mutiny. There will be an all-out just fire everybody.
backs it in Power Field if that happens. Because there will be a riot and people will not be.
It'll be a Argentinian soccer game where you have to divide the stadium in half because the other fans can't sit next to the other fans. But at that point, you have to divide the management, the coaching staff, and the fans from one another because there will be shit thrown on the field and it could be all hell breaking loose.
We're going to see a lot of Bronco on Bronco crime if that happens. We'll see Bronco fans that are friends for 30 plus years fist fighting in the parking lot because of what just happened on the field. They're just going to need to get something out, and that's what's going to happen. But I got the next. That's going to be the last line here before we get to ride the slope.
Could you toss me the goggles? Thank you. These are Brock's old ones.
So are they going to fit?
No, not a chance.
All right, let's go into ride the slope. Nico, you mentioned it. We had a tough loss.
As I'm putting on my brother's old ski goggles because it's ski season in here in Denver, and hopefully the ski starts to pick up because there's been no goddamn snow.
It's cold enough now.
It's cold with no snow, and as my eyes are getting squeezed, we almost hit it last week. But this week, I won. I'll say right now, I won $60 betting UFC last week. On Saturday night, I stopped watching Michigan and Ohio. Iowa. Michigan and Iowa. I stopped watching that game and I threw on the Jose Aldo Rob Font fight and I won like on 3-4 straight fights. I was on hot streak. So you know what? You're either hot or you do, and I'm goddamn red hot when it comes to betting UFC. So let's start. First up, easy. This bet the house on this. Just bet the house on this. Amanda Nunes to win by KO, TKO, or submission minus 320. I added this in there. Just it's an odds boost. You know what I mean? You can't take this straight up.
That's
it's a parlay
going to
boost.
happen.
It's going to happen. It's a parlay boost. You throw it in there. You're juicing the money.
You need to win. That's the thing about a parlay is you need legs that are guaranteed to win, and Amanda Nunes is guaranteed to win.
It's not gonna go of the 5 rounds.
And let's just say this: if you picked her money line right now, that's minus 835. So winning by a finish minus 320. That's a 500 point swing.
Incredible odds.
So I like that.
That's easy. Medium. Here we go. This is the wild one. Actually, I got 2 wild ones. Belal Muhammad, the guy who's on a 4-fight winning streak, hasn't lost since coming into the UFC. People have been arguing maybe he's the next guy. He's facing Wonder Boy Thompson. Give me Belal Muhammad at plus 198. Yep, we're going wild here. Wonder Boy is a great commentator. Great guy, absolutely fantastic human being. His championship window is past, and I think Belal Muhammad may get a championship shot at some point. He's a damn good fighter. He's creeping around the top 5 now, and he could be sniffing that belt soon. And I like him a lot, so I'm going. The dude talks a lot of shit on Twitter. I'll tell you that though. Every single Saturday night, whenever there's a fight, he has something to say, and. Going against the guy that doesn't talk any shit and is just sitting there being a good guy,
MMA, yeah.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, why not have a little bit of edge at plus 150 odds, 150, or sorry, not plus 150, plus 198 odds. I like those odds a lot.
I have no clue who that is, so I'll take your word for it.
It's okay. Sometimes Saturday nights I just watch UFC fight whenever it's on. It doesn't matter who it is. And then my last one, this is where it gets juicy. This is the real juicy one. Oliveira and Poirier to go the distance. Hear me out. Plus 340. Neither guy has been known to get knocked out. Right? It's. I think it could be. It's not gonna be fun here, but this has a lot of great aspects to it. 2 guys that are just going in and swing. But Oliveira's got a chin, and so does Poirier. Both dudes got some chins, and both dudes never say die. Unless Oliveira gets a submission, that's the only way I think this could be stopped. I think Poirier can win on points. I think Oliveira can win on points. But if the jiu-jitsu comes into play, that's where it's going to get crazier. But plus 340 odds, you know what? Why not? And the last fight, I thought that wasn't going to go the distance, was Chandler and Gaethje, and look what happened.
Well, yeah, this is the other side of that gauntlet at 155. We mentioned, we talked about the way that fight went, and that was an all-out war. Obviously, Gaethje ended up getting the win over Michael Chandler, and now Oliveira's the underdog.
I know, it's crazy, and everybody's all over the Poirier hype train because of Conor.
Yeah.
First of all,
and he's just really easy to root for.
Oh,
he's such a good guy.
Such a great guy, and talking about a guy that set his career the right way. He was a.
That's the definition of built, not bought.
And the dude at the start of his career tried to be this tough guy. He lost Conor at the beginning of the year. He comes in, being the nice guy, whatever, beats Conor again. Then decides, you know what? Let's get paid. Let's get the bank. Gets the rematch with Conor and then dominates him and basically breaks Conor's leg. Mm-hmm. That's the sign of a guy that you hate to root against. And I hate to root against either of these guys. Oliveira, I don't hate, I don't love, but I like. Yeah. And I love Poirier. So I hate betting against either of these guys. So that's why I'm going with let it go the distance. Altogether, Jimmy, guess what the odds are at? More.
Ooh, plus 1230.
Plus 1690. $10. $162.90. Baby, it's time this week. We're hitting it this week. We're coming home with it. I have a good feeling, and the next week we're gonna hit it, and I'm gonna be going berserk. It's time we finally hit one of these. We've been teased for about how long did we do this? 6-7 weeks. 6-7 weeks we've been teased with it hitting, and this week we are gonna hit the bank. And we are finally gonna get our ride the slope.
Be sure, ride the slope with Nico this week. MyBookie.ag, use our promo code BENCH when you sign up, and you'll automatically double your first deposit. Be sure to check out the other lines that we had and what's in our book. I know people either vote with us or vote all against us. We're watching the SVP show with the bad beats right now. We've had a few of those.
Had a lot of those.
A lot of them, and both of us are on terrible losing streaks. But Nico, what are you betting?
Hot or do? You're hot or do.
So be sure to get in on the action this week with MyBookie.ag, promo code BENCH. Now let's round out episode 69 of the Far End.